Yeah, I would say the hands probably actually both hands hurt, but I think the clavicle will hold up all right. It's a little sore, but I think it'll be okay for the weekend.
So
far.
Sorry.
You all right?
Matter of pain threshold for you? Is it?
Yeah, right now. I mean, I think it levels. Like I don't think it's getting worse through the session, which is good. That would have been more of a problem. But yeah, it's just just kind of dealing with the inflammation. Really, just trying to keep it down over the weekend. I think it's going to be the battle.
Does the braking feel the worst part, or is there any particular part of the track that feels better?
I think it's just my hands in general. Is what hurts the worst. The braking's really not too bad. Braking actually feels great. So, it's a little sore, like I said, but it's not been as big of a problem as I thought it would be. So I think that the braking's actually not an issue.
So at this point, how optimistic are you?
I'm more optimistic than I was yesterday. I'll say that. I'm happy I got to finally run and see how I could get in the car. I think we've got some work to do. To just over the weekend in general, trying to get the performance where we need to from a car standpoint. I think JR did an awesome job last week getting us closer to where we needed to be. He obviously tested for me, and then we had Spencer as well. So I think we got a lot of the way where we needed to be with the car from a performance side, but we still need to keep chipping away a little bit more. So I'm kind of more focused on that right now than I am dealing with this. I think I can. I hope I can manage it over the weekend. I feel more confident that I can do that now, but I'm more concerned about getting the car where we need to be at for the race.
After Justin's accident, there was talk of a halo and stuff like that for the cars, and then that kind of went away, and then it kind of surfaced again after your accident. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough topic. For me, I'll drive the car either way. I don't think about those things as much. I guess the overall safety level of the car. I think the cars are crazy safe. They're as safe as we can really make them up to this point. Are we going to try and make that better with introducing something like a halo? I think that discussion has been on the table and is still on the table. The issue is more how we implement it, and make it a safe product. You can't just bolt something on there. It's got to be a safe product that we can put on the car. So I think IndyCar is trying to explore that as much as possible, and I support them to explore it and try and introduce something like that as quick as possible. But those type of things, it can't just happen overnight. So I think it's still going to be a little bit of time before we can introduce something like that.
Were there any other different ways you tried to accommodate the hand, different braces, splints, try any time in a simulator to see how it would go? Or did you just lay low and...
really my wrist was the issue actually after the accident. I think I got the wrist sorted out. Now it's just the brake and supporting the hand in general, which I've got braces made for that now, which have helped. But still trying to fight through a little bit of just the pain of it being supported. I think it just needs to be supported really well for me to feel good. And I learned a little bit yesterday in the simulator, learned more now in the first session, and I think we'll just try and keep tuning on it, and like we would a race car, just keep tuning on the body and get it where it needs to be.
Where on the track do you feel it, or do you not feel it until you come in and stop?
You kind of feel it everywhere. Because it's more the hand, I think you feel that everywhere. I think the clavicle has been surprisingly better than I thought it would be. Braking, like I said, braking's not been as much of an issue. Just cornering hasn't been as much of an issue as I thought it would be. It's going to be sore, but I think I can manage the clavicle. I think that actually feels really good. Dr. Scheid did an awesome job plating it, so it needs to heal, but it feels like it has a lot of support on it.
Do the long straightaways help with the hand?
Yeah. This being Road America, I actually caught a break. If we were racing in Iowa this weekend, I'd probably not be in the car. I just don't think I would have been able to do something like Iowa. It's too much loading, on that side of the right shoulder. Here it's mainly left shoulder loading, where you're getting compressed. And, it's predominantly right-handers. You got longer straightaways. It's still very physical here, but it's not like in Iowa. So I think just the circumstances of where it's physical here and how it's physical is a much more favorable track than what Iowa would have been, for this weekend. So
the championship points position have anything to do with it?
Yeah, I think I don't want to miss out on anything. I would have been so sad if I missed this race. I don't want to miss any race, and we've got a shot at winning the championship, and I'd like to keep that alive. So that's a big component for me. It's a big component for why I worked hard to get to this point. So, keep going. You got a couple more days, and we'll see where we end up on Sunday. So,
thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Joe.